Siento jalo ela in machual kakai in machual mama. Guys, I am looking. Okay, we've been recording for a while, guys. Siento jalo ela in machual kakai. Siento jalo ela in machual kakai. In machual mama. Chayin bichual bolo nyamichi. Ano rani chal dinge on luelo. Luelo borkam top. I don't know. For me, it's a good thing. Batok dua kami mah. Yin pajin lagi ni tu biar dua kami mah. Kita luelin. But anyways, serious matters. As you can see, I am putting a lot of seriousness into myself, and I wanted to talk about leveling up in terms of everything, money-wise, body goals, losing weight. Clearly, as you can see, I have lost weight, and I started in February of this year. So the story was this. For some time, I had been at a very bad place, guys. I was in a very bad place. Oh, and before I forgot, English. Oh, and before I forget, as you can see, the way I'm talking, not normal, right? I have braces. I have clear braces. This is a whole journey that I might, depending on my confidence down the years, I might post a video because I'm taking pictures and short videos. I might combine them later, maybe a year or a year and a half after my treatment is done. When I have my perfect smile, I'll be able to put that video up for you to see. But yeah, I was talking about how I was at a very bad place some time back. I think that was let's be honest. Since I was a child, I thought there were things I could do differently, okay? There were things I could have done differently. This is not to say that I wasn't happy. I was super happy, but I had a lot of work that I was doing besides my school. Being a firstborn, taking care of my siblings, as you know, in a South Sudanese household, that's what we do. So taking care of my siblings, going to school, what have you. Yeah, and there was money, but then there was no money, especially in Nakuru. There was money for food, there was money for rent, which I am really grateful for because I have been listening to videos from other people and what they went through. It's terrible. Their parents, I don't know what we should do to them. Oh yeah, but before we even think of what to do to their parents, what should I do to you? If you don't subscribe, if you don't like this video, if you don't give it a thumbs up, what should I do to you? Anyways, I'm giving you 5 seconds to subscribe. Okay, so 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Have you? 4, 5. Okay, thank you. Anyways, what should we do to them? Nothing really, because that was their decision. There's nothing we can do to human beings. So But just that's to say that I'm grateful for some of the things my parents, for a lot of the things actually my parents did, but that's also to say there was room for them to have done better. For example, my teeth. I went into a fight with my mom. She did her teeth whitening while I was the one that had requested for my lower teeth to be replaced. Being a teenager, as a teenager, I had no lower teeth. I don't know what they had done to me when I was a baby. That's like a whole thing. But to my mom, for some reason, it was not something to focus on. So anyways, I forgave her. I worked hard. I said I will do it, and now I'm doing it. Yeah, so fast forward to 2019, a lot of things just went south, including some relationship that got me into a 2-year depression. But the reason as to why I got into depression wasn't actually because of the relationship, but because of the build-up of so many things that had happened and the idea of the relationship that I had built in my mind. Because this relationship, from the word go, it was so wrong, but I kept at it. I worked at it. I worked hard. And trust you me, when you're working hard in a relationship, you lose everything. You lose your beauty, you lose your money, you lose your sanity, you lose your emotional self, you lose your spiritual self, you will lose everything. You will start looking ugly. You will look ugly. So anyways, so I come out of that relationship, I go into depression, and I was in university trying to make sure that I passed my courses. Oh my gosh, that was hard. So I was looking everywhere for help. I went for therapy, I read books, I researched, I watched YouTube videos, I talked to my friends. I remember a friend asking me, are you happy? And I asked her, what's happiness? Because to be honest, I had lost my sense of joy, and I used to be a joyous person. Okay, I have gained it back right now. As you can see, I am getting brighter and brighter every day because I gained my inner joy. I gained it back, guys. In fact, I am better than where I was before the relationship completely submerged me in unhappiness. I gained it back, so I'm happy about that. Yeah, but that was crazy. Now I've lost my train of thought. What was I talking about? Okay, so I remember I looked everywhere. I read books, videos, what have you, but slowly I started coming up. Do not ever give up on yourself. Oh, I'm knocking my knuckles, but yeah, never give up. Oh my gosh, you cannot give up on yourself. Like, if you give up on yourself, what else will you be doing? I give you permission to give up on everybody except you. Give up on everyone. Give up. Whatever is happening to them, don't even care. That's what I did. And I tried to ensure that I was okay. But now that I'm okay, I'm actually paying more attention to other people. That's a long way to say pour from a full cup. Is that how they say it? Or wherever, but you get the concept. Pour from a full cup. Make sure you're full before you can pour to another person. I do not want this video to be very long, so I'm gonna glance down to see how many minutes. Okay, 8 minutes is not too bad. And of course, I am going to edit it down, so it's gonna come down to, I am aiming for anything less than 20 minutes for this story, because I don't want it to be long. It's just talking, okay? But it's something that I do well, so I hope you enjoy me talking. So never give up on myself. Just ensure. I went to classes. I was hanging on to a very thin thread at school. I know I'm very bright. I am that student that get things right away in class, and I get the perspective very quickly and what have you. But this time I got dull. But my aim was to graduate because I was on a scholarship. My aim was to graduate. My aim was to get a job, because in Canada, how was I going to survive? I have so many cousins, but I can't become their burden. Plus, I was an international student. I had to work hard, graduate, and get a job. Otherwise, I am losing. And I am not giving my circumstances, including the relationship, that permission to destroy me. I'm not doing that. So I hung in there, made sure I was passing, and my advisors, scholarship advisors, were amazing human beings. So when I couldn't take all the classes that I needed to take during the summer, they gave me grace period too. And I went to the mountain with my friend, walking, talking. Oh my gosh, walking and talking. Sometimes if I could not go with my friend, I go with a book. I read, I walk, and like, just do something. Just do something. Maybe you don't even understand what you're doing, but just go do it. That's what I did, and slowly I started coming back. I got my energy, but internally I wasn't okay. I wasn't okay because I remember I would go to bed 7 p.m. at 7 p.m. and I would just look into the ceiling. 7 p.m. The next time I look into my phone, it's 5 a.m. and I did not even sleep. That's how depressed I was. I stayed awake the entire night, but a few days later I found myself asleep. So I was like, improvement. Improvement. So to be honest, sometimes I don't know if I'm grateful for what I went through, because right now I know how to enjoy my life maximum. Even the small things, I enjoy that, because I had lost that privilege. And I hope that encourages you to come out of dark places or to hang in there. I think I was thinking about self-preservation at that time. So I was doing the bare minimum for as long as I kept myself alive. Okay? It was just disaster management. I wasn't trying to thrive, I was trying to manage the disaster that was like almost consuming me. Just trying to manage it. So fast forward, after I got a job I graduated. So I finished classes December 2021, graduated that time. I got my diploma in February, and then my convocation was in June. Yeah, it was on June 1st, I remember, of 2022. I had got a job by March of 2022. I had an internship actually that I was doing at my school. I went to McGill in Montreal. So I had an internship. I keep looking out there because it's really beautiful outside, guys. Fall. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's beautiful. So my eyes keep going there. I know I'm misbehaving. I should be concentrating. Yeah, so concentrate. I am concentrating. I'm looking at you. So my convocation June 1st. I had got a job in March, but then that job I could only start in August of 2022. So after I finished my internship, no, actually I did not finish my internship. I moved to my cousin's house in London, Ontario, stayed with them over the summer. I got COVID. Oh my gosh, I almost died. I went into ER. I almost died. COVID. It came with good things like the online classes, because I was depressed while doing my school. I do not like going to classes because I had neglected myself maximum. So going in person was annoying. COVID came for COVID saved me. And then, yeah, but getting actual COVID, no, that wasn't good. But the circumstances, like even working online right now I work from home some days in a week, and then I go to the office other days in a week. That's amazing. I cannot imagine when people used to go to the office like 100% of the time. But I actually like going to the office. Yeah, I like it when I go to the office. Anyway, I digress. I moved to my cousin's place, stayed there for 3 months. I moved in May, June, July. By August, I had moved to Toronto to start my new job. Yeah. Oh, let's go back to convocation time. I had wanted my dad to come for my convocation, and that's a story for another day. My relationship with my dad. I love my dad. My dad supported me during all the hardship that I went through trying to do school. Because as a South Sudanese girl, there are things you fight against. It's being married off too early. and yeah, other personal worries that I had from a family level. My dad shielded me, so I wanted him to come experience my convocation, but unfortunately he did not get his visa on time. He got his visa actually now after my convocation. That was actually when I started my job. I think 15 days after I started my job, that's when my dad got his visa. And I had the ticket already. So I called him. I'm like, Dad, you are coming, you're gonna come in December. It's gonna be winter, but good for you. You had never been at such a cold place before, so come. He almost, so in our language, like, what am I gonna do again? Your graduation has already. I'm like, first of all, my money is not going like that. Second of all, this Christmas you're spending it with me, because all other Christmases you've been spending them with your other kids, so you're coming. And my dad, by the way, never says no to me. Like, so we say, but he came. We spent Christmas. Oh, yeah, we spent December here. He went to West to see my other cousins for Christmas. He was here with us for New Year, and then went back home in January. That's a long way. I mean, we're in 16. That's a long way to take you, to bring you to the February when I started weight loss. So my dad coming, in my mind, in as much as I wanted him to come and celebrate with me my graduation, in my mind also, it was like closing an era when I was a child, being taken care of and decisions being made for me and what have you. I wanted to show him, Dad, you've done your part. I have reached where you wanted me to reach. I have gotten to the mark. So right now, what will happen is, after you go back, that era closes. I pick up from there to do me. So when my dad got back home, I think that was by mid-January. By February, I had bought mirrors because I used to avoid myself. I had gained so much weight. I used to avoid myself. I never liked looking at myself. The clothes I was wearing were sometimes weird, so to speak. But anyways, so I bought mirrors. I put mirrors everywhere. Thank God the house we in, I have a roommate. It's a 2-bedroom house, downtown Toronto. Toronto is very expensive. It's almost, but it's almost impossible to afford living alone. You can, but you will have no other life. So I decided to have a roommate. We went to the same school. We come from Kenya. So it's easy to live together. It's actually so much fun. Doreen, I love you. She's sleeping. Yeah, she's in her room. Don't think she's sleeping like somewhere. Yeah, no, she's in her room. Yeah. So, where was I? So as I tried to regain my thought, thumbs up, subscribe. Oh yeah. So I bought mirrors. I hope you subscribed. I got my mirrors, I got measuring tape, I had I had a scale, like a weighing machine. I would avoid weighing myself. And by the way, over Christmas when my dad was here, I went to where we were at my cousin's place in London. His wife, oh my god, she is a great cook. She is a chef, okay? She would cook a variety of food. The downside of that, I ate all of it. And I left my place when I was 75 kilos. When I came back after my dad had left, gone back home, I was 80 kilos. So I weighed myself and I was like, this is me. But anyways, yeah, this is me, but I am ready to begin. So by February 15th, I remember starting to look at what I'm eating. I'm the girl that used to eat biscuits. Like, I buy tea biscuits and juice and eat that sometime. And to be honest, by the way, I enjoy snacking more than eating, but I had to behave. So I cut those out first. That was the first thing that I did. I took inventory of what was in my kitchen and took out almost all biscuits. And that's not to say that I stopped eating them completely. How many minutes? 20. So I cut out so much junk. And the other kind of junk, like chips, which North Americans call French fries, I love it, but I can do without it. I don't eat burgers. For some reason, I had a bad first experience with a hamburger in Nakuru, Kenya. That cancelled out all burgers, so I don't like burger at all. So that already saved me. But the sweet things like cinnamon rolls, I will eat everything in a pastry shop. Everything with sugar in it, I will eat it and drink water, and that's it. I would leave off that. Maybe I would die off it. I don't know, but yeah. But that's the first thing that I had to cut down to 10%. And I would give myself intervals of time, right? I would go for, let's say, 3 weeks or even a month or 2 without any of these. And then maybe once in a while I would have one. And then I was doing fasting. So that's the second thing. I was fasting. So let's say by the end of the day, I have fasted for like 18 hours. Even if I had something and I was measuring like the amount of carbohydrates I was eating, like let's say rice. I love cabbage, rice with cabbage and some chicken. And then I would have dessert. Okay. And it's only gonna be once during that week or even during that month, so it was not a problem. So that's what I did. I have mentioned fasting, so those are 2 things that I did. I was taking a lot of water, but water was just not working for me. This thing people say 6 to 8 glasses of water a day, I do not understand. I feel like I am going to drown in the water that I have taken. No, I can't. I do 3 to 4 cups of water, and that's enough for me. I don't know if it's enough, but I feel okay. I try to do the 500 ml twice, but by the time I start in the morning and by the time I go to bed, I haven't finished the 3rd one. So I don't understand what people mean by where does that water go? I do not have the container. Like my stomach can't hold it. So I was taking water, yes, but not that much. The other thing is I stopped juicing, like doing so much juice. I loved it. I loved juices, but I had to cut down. So I was doing water and tea and hot chocolate. But then I bought tiny cups, like the tiny, you guys know, like the tiny juba, the tiny cups they use for tea in juba. Those are the ones I bought for my hot chocolate, more like big, to reduce the amount of hot chocolate I was taking. Yep, and I'm also lactose intolerant, so I started switching dairy milk for oat milk, which started affecting me again. Now I have gone to almond milk. Yeah, just trying to watch my health in there. So again, proportioning what I was eating was another thing. I know I'm throwing these ideas at you. They're not organized at all. That's because I wasn't organized for this video. I hadn't like written down my train of thought and what have you. But I hope the nuggets and the snippets that I'm sharing, you're gonna collect them from wherever they're thrown at, collect them and put them together and use whatever that is going to help you. But the greatest of them all was my mindset. So I was telling you, when my dad left and bought mirrors and what have you, I had prepared myself mentally that I was going to start this. I was going to lose weight. I was going to gain my skin tone back, because I had just become, I am dark, I know, but I know my skin tone. I had become darker than I am supposed to be normally. So I knew I was gonna gain my skin tone back. I had developed a scowl, that's the thing, like, because of thinking all the time and like ruminating over negative stuff that had happened and what have you. So I got a scowl, like I lost smiling. And to be honest, I know I have a resting face, but my resting face is actually cheerful. Okay. Anyways, my resting face is cheerful, I had lost that. So I was aware of those. So I was journaling on things that I wanted to improve. From February to now, a lot of improvement. And in the middle there, by the way, because I was trying my best to see what could heal me, I started a blog. I was writing things that were making me feel bad, everything that I had gone through that I was harboring in me. I put them on blog. Okay, wrote. I also started this YouTube channel, and yeah, that while reading and researching, that's when I discovered narcissism, which I have really suffered. So I had started this channel as to educate people about narcissism, but that was a black hole. I could not sustain it, and it was making me sad and sad and sad. And that's not my personality. I don't want to be sad all the time. I just want to teach. I don't want to teach about like black things all the time. That's not to say that I will not talk about them. I will talk about them sometime to let people know when they are necessary, to let people know the signs and symptoms. And videos that I made, I think 2 to 3 years back, you can find them down in my channel. You can go back and watch. I was doing my research and what have you, but that was for my personal knowledge. So while I was doing research, I was like, why not put it on YouTube where people can find? But this ton of information about narcissism and what have you here on YouTube, people that are really knowledgeable, like Dr. Ramani. I think Dr. Ramani, she talks about narcissism. Go check her out. She helped me a lot to learn about that personality disorder, because that was what I was struggling with my entire, from childhood to when I started dating. Because there is a thing, whatever you go through during your childhood, that's what you will almost attract during your adulthood, unless you become conscious about what you are attracting in this life. So anyways, just to make sure that this video is not super long, I will see how many minutes. It's already 27 minutes. But yeah, I want to stop this video here, but this is just to encourage you that my first video and where I am right now, I know I have not reached where I want to get. And I think personal development or improving yourself never ends, but I know we get better and better. I am better than during, so comparing this video and my first video, I know, I don't even need to be told. I know I am way better right now, even from my tone of voice, from how I'm looking and what have you. I look sexier. Anyway, that's a song in our language. I don't know why I am singing it, but I just feel the song right now. Yeah, so there is improvement. I know I will get better and better, and trust you me, on this channel, I don't even know what, I was like, this is a journey of mine. I don't even have like a specific day I'll be posting or what have you, but please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so that I am not promising anybody here that I'll be consistent, because I have other things that I am doing. But whenever I feel inspired and make a video, I also am planning to be shooting my cooking videos, and I will have a playlist for those wherever, for those recipes that I will make, and I'll put them here. So there's a lot. This channel has no specific direction. Maybe there will be a direction later, but it is generally documenting my life and inspiring somebody. If I am doing that, I am really grateful, and I want to see you become a better version of yourself, as I am definitely becoming a better version of myself. Okay, yeah. Oh, you might ask, how many kgs or pounds? In North America they measure weight in pounds. 30 pounds I have lost. That's a little over 15 kilos. I remember asking some fitness person to help me lose 15 kilos some time back, And I just changed my mind. I did not want to be helped by someone else because I knew why I was gaining weight, and I did not want to hinge that on somebody else. I wanted to do it by myself, to come to a range of weight that I will maintain by myself. I did not want to put money on that because I knew I am the one eating these calories, and I'm the one who is like mentally not at the right place. I know how I'm going to bring myself to mental stability, emotional stability, and then stop doing all this crap that is not helping me. So I do not want to be helped, so I changed my mind. I did it by myself. Right now, if you want me to be your fitness coach, I'm kidding. I have barely mastered myself. I don't think. Maybe what I can do is to be your accountability partner. If you have truly decided, I do not want to be anybody's accountability partner if you are not truly decided. Because you are not going to waste my time, and I am not going to sit there and watch you waste your time and then, oh, I have tried it, it's not working. You don't do that here. If you're not decided, you're not decided. Anywho's, as we say, this video ought to end. Therefore, iOS, bye, and do not leave without subscribing, because I will slap you. It's not ending.